What's good, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. I know I probably don't sound excited, but that's besides the point, right? We're not here to be excited. Instead, I'm kidding. So, guys, I'm sort of back, like partly back. I've been recording videos in installments, so hopefully, I will keep the momentum but I'll just release when I have enough videos to release. Okay, so welcome back to yet another video. I think I've said that. I don't know in amnesia, but that's besides the point. So guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please watch the ads because one thing about the ads, they will motivate me to create more content. Kobani, just like the ad break, when you're watching your generations, you don't skip it, you sit through it. So do the right thing. Okay, so as you can tell by the title of the video and by the series so far, you can see that we're talking about the state of the developers nation's address. Okay, guys, please forgive me. That's not that. Our state of the developer's nation's address. There's no address. I'm just adding it because, yeah, I just thought I should. So this is a report that was released by yours truly, your fave, Offerzen. So that's what's it. So today we are looking into the reasons why software developers leave their roles. Okay, so this is basically from the most voted reason to the least. So yeah, you get it. So reason number one, people leave their jobs or roles. So I'm guessing in this case, leaving your role means that it's either you're a developer, then you change to become a project manager, or you change your role. Like you're not a developer anymore. You're something else. Okay, so that's my assumption. Or yes, that's my assumption. I'm not thinking that's why they're changing jobs because that's not what it says here. Or it could be that, we'll just use both scenarios for sanity. Okay, so reason number one, better salary. Software developers leave their roles for a better salary. I mean, that's a tale of a lot of us, right? Um, that's why I say to people, when you start out, just try to get yourself a good deal because um, you will play catch up, if you ask me. um, you will play catch up. I'm not saying that's everyone, but most of us, we play catch up. So please don't be that guy who jobs hops for a better salary. In number two, poor management. I think people who have experienced small companies, okay, even big companies, let me be fair, let me not discriminate, but having worked in like small companies and stuff, especially those family ones, you know where the danger is? It's in the family. The danger. Don't say it. Okay, well, just saying, I'm not saying everyone, but the danger is in nepotism. It's, feels like the whole thing of politics or political parties where people get chosen to, or get given roles that they don't not deserve. Guys, I don't want to play God, right? But get roles that they're not qualified for just because they know someone who knows someone or they're related. And unfortunately, things like leadership are not in the DNA. I don't know. But hey, um, So maybe the thing is just, yeah. So that thing can make people's lives miserable. Poor management. And I think when it's in that case, guys, it's case closed. I don't think it's fixable. Um, Maybe communicate it. I don't know, guys. You tell me a time where you had to, or you had experienced poor management, but when I did, I skedaddled. I'm not saying you should, but people here are saying they did that. They left, so I also left. And then poor work-life balance. Um, shoot, I feel that since COVID hit, but even before, okay, let me do the COVID story and then move on to this other reason, right? People who work from home, okay, with me, I feel like I do have a poor work life balance because I do work after hours, right? Um, for a couple of reasons. Sometimes when I work, I get carried away, right? And I'm just like, I'm quarter to getting this thing right. I'm just gonna stay up until I get it right, or work until I get it right, and I never get it right during, after hours. So it's like when it was time for you to knock off, you should have knocked off, but you didn't. So yeah, so that's from my side. But there's people who have to work um, after work hours, and it's like it's a must. Um, So it's insane. And then another thing is that when you're a software developer, you do take your work home, right? You, unlike a security guard, you don't want to take a building with you when you go home. You want to leave it there. But you're a developer, you have your laptop with you, which is your actual work. So whether it's a you problem or you're forced to work, but I'm guessing you wouldn't leave a company because you decided to work, after working hours yourself. So I'm assuming there's a people who are forced to work outside of their contract working hours. So sorry guys. And it's like a lot of people who left because of that. And I'm like, kudos to you, choose, your health because you do need your body to do the actual work. So if your body is not healthy, your mental is not in the right state, you will not be the best person, you know. So next up we have lack of growth, right? Um, Also, even this one is different, I must say. Not everything is black and white, there's gray areas, come on. In the first company that I worked for, um, I think a couple of times, okay, not a lot, I've asked to move, change teams, whatever. And then it's always been a thing of, oh, you needed here, so you should stay here. So it felt like it was more of what the company wanted or whatever, compared to, let's make each other happy. How do you keep me here? Type of vibes. It was more about them, and I was like, okay, guys, Miss Alinkan. As and I was not gonna deal with a one-sided relationship. So I was like, I keep on serving and serving and serving, and I get nothing. So peace. But it does get frustrating. I don't know what lack of opportunities looks like for other people. So it might look like, for instance, if someone works for a small company, growth opportunities are not that great because if the company is small, there's one developer. Like, what else do you want to be at this point? The CEO? Come on. So that looks different for different scenarios. So there's also a scenario where they just don't want you to grow, for whatever reasons. Or, hey, son, I don't want to make up unnecessary or untrue scenarios, but other companies, it's valid that there isn't growth opportunities. Um, but others do have growth opportunities, but they choose not to allow their employees to grow. So that's why I'm saying that it's different factors. So I wouldn't really get into it deeply, but I can just put a picture, you know. Awesome. So aim at number whatever, lack of career opportunities, right? For instance, if you are let me think. There's this other programming language that is, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not so amazing. And so let's say, for instance, now I'm making an example. I'm not saying this is whatever. So let's say this language ABC, right? I think that's a perfect example. If there's language ABC and you've been programming in that language, let's say it's not object oriented. Let's say it's a weird drop and drag and drop and drag. Him does that anyway, and it's like a weird ass whatever, right? And then as time goes, you being in that role, it's difficult for you to transition into other roles. So that limits the career opportunities of you being a developer if you've been a programmer in that role. So it does, shrink the opportunities. So maybe if you decide that you become a tester, then I'm assuming testing is pretty standard. It's not, but let's say for the sake of this video, it is like standard. So if you change your role to being a tester, then you can, have more opportunities in different spaces. So yeah, that's that on that. Last but not least, I'm lying. It's not last but not least. Second last, people um, leave their roles as software engineers because there's a lack of remote opportunities. Sure, guys. I think sometimes, I think since COVID hit, it proved that people could work from home, right? People work from the office for different reasons. It could be for culture. It could be to monitor people. Um, it could be for various reasons. So I think since people saw that it's possible to work from home, um, especially for companies that want people at the office for the wrong reasons. So that's why people don't want to be at the office, right? Um, what am I even saying? So people want to work from home so that they can, let's say, you're a person who's always worked in Joburg and you're originally from a different province, and you've been able to now work from your home province, and you've realized that it's what you want to do. So working remotely is basically a better option for you, because at the end of the day, you need to also be happy. If you've always worked far away from home and now you've found what works for you, home or whatever place you choose to move to, and you found out that let's say, for instance, there's people who need to chase summer, whether it's a medical condition, whatnot. So you can't always be in the one place, or you need to work remotely so that you can travel as much as you want and as often as you want. I don't know what I just did. So lack of, remote opportunities. That's what would make someone leave. And then last but not least, from this list, we have lack of flexible hours. So now there's different reasons to why some of the working hours wouldn't be flexible. Depending on the type of industry you work in, if you are, I don't know, support person, and in you work with, life critical systems, you are, you know, gonna work more hours, sadly, or even odd hours. So there's really like a lot of reasons. I'm not trying to justify, guys. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to justify why that's not on that. So in closing, I'd like to really say that each to their own. Do not feel pressured to quit because of the things that have been mentioned here. These are just surveys and people's experiences, people just sharing. So at the end of the day, it's good to stay true to yourself and more. This is the second video that I'm shooting, the same video. I'm shooting it for the second time. So I had words of encouragement, which are gone the video that I just recorded. So I'm really sorry. Maybe in the next video I have more encouraging speech, but I don't for now.